behalf of the University of Delhi, a very warm welcome to our chief guest of today's function, Honorable Vice President of India, Shri M Venkaiah Naidu. Also a hearty welcome to our guest of honor, Honorable Union Minister for Education, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Shri Dharmendra Pradhanji, and our guest, Ms. Manju Kumar, Chief Postmaster General, Delhi Circle. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request all of you to please rise for the national anthem by the brass band of the Rajputana Rifle Center. I would now request our chief guest, Honorable Vice President of India, Shri M Venkaiah Naidu ji, and our guest of honor, Honorable Minister for Education, Shri Dharmendra Pradhanji, to please come forward for the lamp lighting ceremony and Saraswati Vandana. I also request all the dignitaries on the dais to please join in. On the occasion of the Centenary celebration, we have 100 music students from the Faculty of Music and Fine Arts. I would now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Delhi, Professor Yogesh Singh, to deliver the welcome address. Professor Singh, please.
Good morning, Namaste. Honorable Chief Guest, Shri M Venkaiah Naidu, Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan, Honorable Minister of Education and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Professor Balram Pani, Dean of Colleges, Professor Shri Prakash, Dean, Director, South Campus, Madam Manju Kumar, Chief Postmaster General, Delhi, Professor Neera Agnimitra, Convener, Centenary Celebrations, Professor Rajni Abhi, Proctor of the University, Dr. Vikas Gupta, Registrar of the University, respected members of University Court, Executive Council, Academic Council, Finance Committee, and other statutory councils of the University, former Vice Chancellors of University of Delhi, Vice Chancellors of different University of Delhi and outside Delhi, Deans, Head of the Departments, Principals, Chairpersons of various governing bodies of the colleges, President and former Presidents of DUTA, DUSU, DUKU, outstanding and distinguished teachers of University of Delhi, invited guests, friends from media, members of various committees, officers, officials of University of Delhi, my dear students, good morning to all of you. Good morning. As a 23rd Vice Chancellor of this great institution, I welcome you all on the Foundation Day of University of Delhi. We have completed 100 years of academic excellence. We have also completed the successful and accomplished journey of 100 years. Congratulations to all of you. This is the beginning of a year-long celebration, centenary celebrations. We all are witness to this auspicious and glorious day, that is May 1st, 2022. Today we are lucky to have Honorable Chancellor, who is also Vice President of India, as chief guest of the function. He is a leader of leaders. He is the source of inspiration and motivation to bright minds of India. Previously, he has also served as Minister of Housing, Urban Poverty Alleviation, Urban Development, Information and Broadcasting, and Rural Development. कितने सहज और सरल हैं भारत के उपराष्ट्रपति। इनको देखकर लगता है कि राहत इंदौरी ने इनके लिए लिखा होगा कि किसी को न हो सका उसके कद का अंदाजा, किसी को न हो सका उसके कद का अंदाजा, वो आसमां था मगर सिर झुका के चलता था। Our young and dynamic Minister of Education, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, who is implementing national education policy across India and also common university entrance test for undergraduate and postgraduate programs. He is diligent and a doer, and also a decisive leader. His take on leadership will be a game changer in higher education system of India. He has also been the Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas and Minister of Steel. जब भी मैं इनसे मिलता हूं तो हर बार मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि एक बहुत अच्छे व्यक्ति से मिला, और मुझे हरिओम पवार की एक पंक्तियां याद आती हैं जो इनके लिए मुझे लगता है कि बहुत सार्थक हैं कि ऐसा कुछ कर जाओ कि पूरा देश देखता रह जाए, ऐसा कुछ कर जाओ कि पूरा देश देखता रह जाए, देश नहीं भूमंडल का परिवेश देखता रह जाए. On behalf of University of Delhi, I would like to welcome both of them. University of Delhi Constitution Bill was introduced in Central Legislative Assembly on 16th January 1922 and passed on 22nd February. After that, it went to the approval of the Council of States, and Council of State passed on 28th February 1922. The Viceroy gave its assent on 5th March, notification was issued on 6th April, and university came into force on 1st May 1922. Lord Reading, then Viceroy of British India, became first Chancellor, and Mr. Hari Singh Gaur became the first Vice Chancellor of the university. This is an outstanding journey of 100 years. Vice President, sir, We started with only 3 colleges, St. Stephen's, Hindu and Ramjas. Now we have 90 colleges. In 1922, we were having 2 faculties, arts and science. Now we have 16 faculties. 8 departments, now 86 departments, 750 students. Now we have 6,06,228 students on. When we started in 1922, in the library we were having only 1,380 books. But now we have 17,853 books, and in addition to this book, digital media and different type of databases. When it comes to the funding for the university and the budget of the university, in 1922, it was only 40,000 rupees. Now in 2022, it has crossed 838.8 crores. First PhD was produced in 1948. In 1958, after 10 years, we produced 28 PhDs. And in this convocation, 2022 convocation, we produced 802 PhDs, highest in the history of Delhi. Congratulations to all of you. NC-Web, which is non-collegiate women education board, started with 3 students only in 1942. Now we have 32,902 students. School of Open Learning was started in 1962 with 900 students. But now, after 100 years, we have 3,24,017 students in the SOL. In 1947, we were running 57 programs. But now, in 2022, we are running 540 programs in the university. Another important aspect, sir, is the women presence on campus. When we started in 1930, there were only 82 girls in the university. After 10 years, for 1940, 340. After 1950, we were having only 1,737 girls. Now in 2022, you all will be happy to know, we have 3,24,067 girls, which is more than 50% of the total student population in the university. This is an achievement for University of Delhi that we have more than 50% girl students on campus. When it comes to research profile, we are equally rich. H-index of the university 230 as per Scopus Index database, probably highest in India. When it comes to the influence and impact of research, in 2018, our citation index was 54,373. In 2022, it is 76,994. And from the inception of the university, University of Delhi has published Scopus Index publication 57,873. Government of India declared this university as institution of eminence. But when it comes to among the central universities, I would like to share this data with the Honorable Minister of Education. When it comes to central universities, we are highest in the number of citations in central universities, highest in number of international collaborative research papers, and first in the terms of research output from central universities. Clarivate Research Excellence Award was given to under Central University category to DU in 2021, and this is a A+ grade with CGPA of 3.28. What a spectacular and superb and magnificent performance of last 100 years. Congratulations to all of you. आप दिल्ली के किसी घर में जाएं तो यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ दिल्ली मिलेगी. आप इस देश में किसी कोने में जाएं, तहसील में जाएं, जिले में जाएं, आपको यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ दिल्ली मिलेगी. 100 साल में इसने बहुत कुछ किया, हर घर में गई है, हर मन में गई है. आप सबको उसके लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई. University is doing very well and will continue to make its contribution in the life of India and Indians. Our vision is what? Our vision is to place this University of Delhi in the league of 200 best universities of the world. That we want to do. We have the capacity, we have the capability, we have the potential to do it. And if we will be able to do, we will be able to fulfill the dream of every Indian, and we will do it. We will take all necessary steps and make all necessary strategies to achieve the same. This will not only bring reputation to University of Delhi, but also bring glory to Indian higher education system. Centenary celebration year is the year of celebrations, setting new milestones, and take all necessary steps for the growth and academic excellence of the university. We all will work together in right direction for achieving the target of placing University of Delhi in the league of 200 best universities of the world. I do understand it is not easy. I do understand we have many challenges. I do understand that we have to work very hard. But based on the 100 years performance, we can say we can do it and we will do it. Someone has rightly said, वह पथिक क्या, वह पथ क्या, पथिक कुशलता क्या, वह पथ क्या, पथिक कुशलता क्या, जिस पथ में बिखरे शूल न हो, शूल कांटे को बोलते हैं, जिस पथ में बिखरे शूल न हो, नाविक की धैर्य परीक्षा क्या, यदि बाधाएं प्रतिकूल न हो। आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई, ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं। अगले 25 वर्ष यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ दिल्ली बहुत अच्छा करेगी, इस उम्मीद के साथ आप सबको फिर से बहुत बहुत बधाई, ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं।
Thank you so much, sir. I would again request you, Professor Yogesh Singh, Vice Chancellor, University of Delhi, to felicitate our chief guest, Shri M Venkaiah Naidu ji, also our guest of honor, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, and our guest, Ms. Manju Kumar. The university is presenting potted plants to the guests. Ms. Manju. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a series of releases and launches. I request our chief guest, Shri M Venkaiah Naidu ji, Honorable Vice President of India, our guest of honor, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, Honorable Union Minister for Education, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, to release and launch all of these. First, we have the commemorative postage stamp. For this, I request Ms. Manju Kumar, Chief Postmaster General of Delhi Circle, to present the first album to Honorable Vice President for the release. Next, we have the release of the commemorative Centenary coin. It's a coin of 100 rupees denomination, duly issued by the Ministry of Finance, Government of India. May I now request our chief guest, guest of honor, and the dignitaries on the dais to do the honors, please. We have the release of the commemorative Centenary volume, which chronicles the journey of 100 years through photographs. The Centenary volume. Next up, we have the release of the brochure, University of Delhi, A Glimpse. The brochure of the university. a number of releases on this occasion of the centenary celebration. The brochure gives complete details about the university. Next up, we have the release of the Undergraduate Curriculum Framework 2022. And these are in 3 languages, in Hindi, Sanskrit, and our chief guest would be glad to know, in Telugu as well. This curriculum is based on the new education policy 2020. And the curriculum is already there in English, and today we are releasing the Hindi, Sanskrit, and Telugu editions. Ladies and gentlemen, finally we have the launch of the Centenary website. I would request our chief guest, Shri M Venkaiah Naidu ji, to launch the Centenary website by pressing the button on the remote. Ladies and gentlemen, the Centenary logo, which you see everywhere and on every communication of the university, was selected through a logo competition among students of the university. The winning entry was given by Ms. Kritika Khenchi, a third-year student of BA program of Gargi College. On this occasion, the university would like to felicitate her with a Centenary commemorative coin. I request Ms. Kritika Khenchi to please come onto the dais for the felicitation. Kritika Khenchi. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present a short documentary film on the University of Delhi.
स्वर्णिम यात्रा के 100 वर्ष पूरे करके एक अनंत यात्रा पर निकल चुका है। दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय ने अपनी यात्रा 1 मई 1922 को सीमित संसाधनों और 3 महाविद्यालयों के माध्यम से शुरू की। इसकी सफलता और विस्तार में अनेक महापुरुषों एवं मनीषियों का आशीर्वाद शामिल रहा है। विश्वविद्यालय के प्रांगण में महात्मा गांधी, जवाहरलाल नेहरू,
the Jubilee Convocation of Delhi University, attended by Earl and Countess Mountbatten,
महामना मालवीय, सरदार पटेल, राजेंद्र प्रसाद, भीमराव अंबेडकर, सर्वपल्ली राधाकृष्णन, श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी, अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी और नरेंद्र मोदी जैसे अनेक विशिष्ट जनों का समय समय पर पदार्पण होता रहा। हाल के वर्षों में भारत के राष्ट्रपति और विश्वविद्यालय के कुलाध्यक्ष श्री रामनाथ कोविंद, उपराष्ट्रपति और विश्वविद्यालय के कुलाधिपति श्री एम वेंकैया नायडू एवं वर्तमान शिक्षा मंत्री श्री धर्मेंद्र प्रधान ने भी समय समय पर विश्वविद्यालय के आतिथ्य को स्वीकार कर इसकी गरिमा को बढ़ाया है। दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय राष्ट्रीय आंदोलन के साथ साथ राष्ट्र की विकास गाथा का भी साक्षी रहा है। इसके विद्यार्थियों और शिक्षकों ने स्वतंत्रता आंदोलन के महत्वपूर्ण अवसरों पर बढ़ चढ़कर हिस्सा लिया। इसीलिए भी ये अत्यंत गर्व का विषय है कि हमारा 100वां वर्ष आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव वर्ष में मनाया जा रहा है।
आज 1 मई 2022 दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के 100 वर्ष पूरे हुए। इतने वर्षों में भारत के निर्माण में, मानवता की सेवा में विश्वविद्यालय का उल्लेखनीय योगदान है। आज समय है, जब 100 वर्ष पूरे हुए, कि अगले 25 साल हम क्या करेंगे, अगले 25 साल में हम कैसे कैसे आगे बढ़ेंगे, इन सब के मापदंड तय करने का समय है। और जब देश 2047 में पहुंचेगा तो दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय विश्व का सर्वश्रेष्ठ विश्वविद्यालय में आए, इस संकल्प के साथ हमको काम करना चाहिए। और अगले 25 साल के संकल्प तय करने का समय भगवान हम सबको शक्ति दे। बहुत सारी बधाई आपको।
अब मैं हमारे विशिष्ट अतिथि माननीय शिक्षा, कौशल विकास एवं उद्यमता मंत्री श्री धर्मेंद्र प्रधान जी से निवेदन करूंगा कि वे इस पावन अवसर पर अपने विचार हमारे साथ साझा करें। मंत्री जी।
नमस्कार। दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय की शताब्दी समारोह की उद्घाटन उत्सव में उपस्थित भारत के परम आदरणीय उपराष्ट्रपति माननीय वेंकैया नायडू जी, दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के वाइस चांसलर आदरणीय प्रोफेसर योगेश सिंह जी, साउथ कैंपस के डायरेक्टर आदरणीय प्रकाश सिंह जी, डीन ऑफ कॉलेजेस प्रोफेसर बलराम पानी जी, भारत के चीफ पोस्ट मास्टर जनरल आदरणीय मंजू कुमार जी, रजिस्ट्रार दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी विकास गुप्ता जी, इस समारोह समिति की कन्वेनर प्रोफेसर नीरा अग्निमित्रा जी, दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय की रेक्टर आदरणीय प्रोफेसर रजनी आबी जी, इस कार्यक्रम में उपस्थित दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के समस्त पूर्व वाइस चांसलर, दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय से जुड़े हुए पूर्व वर्तमान समस्त प्राध्यापक प्राध्यापिका तथा शिक्षा परिवार की समस्त सदस्य भाई और बहनों, दिल्ली के छात्र संघ के, विश्वविद्यालय के छात्र संघ के अनेक पूर्व पदाधिकारी मित्रगण, वर्तमान के विद्यार्थी भाई और बहनों, पत्रकार साथीगण, टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम से जुड़े हुए, निश्चित रूप में यूनिवर्सिटी ने लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग की व्यवस्था की होगी। इस कार्यक्रम में जुड़े हुए विश्व की तमाम स्थान से जुड़े हुए भाई और बहनों, मैं सबसे पहले दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय नहीं, देश की एक शिक्षा मंदिर की सफल शतवार्षिक पालन करने के लिए सभी को शुभेच्छा देता हूं, सभी को अनेक अनेक अभिनंदन। मित्रों, हमारे देश में चुनिंदा इंस्टीट्यूशन है शिक्षा से जिनकी आयु 100 से ज्यादा है, चुनिंदा। मैं 2 दिन पहले बेंगलुरु में इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ साइंस के परिसर में 2 दिन बिताया। स्वामी विवेकानंद जी की कल्पना में 121 साल पहले, 12 साल पहले जामशेदजी टाटा जी ने इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ साइंस को बनवाया। तब हम कुछ मित्रों से पूछ रहे थे कि अभी 100 साल आयु होने वाला विश्वविद्यालय हमारे देश में कौन है। जिस सभ्यता में अनेक पुरातन विश्वविद्यालय की इतिहास है, जिसके बारे में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय शोध विद्यार्थी हुएन्सा जैसे व्यक्तियों ने नालंदा के बारे में, तक्षशिला के बारे में उल्लेख किया है, आज हम एक ऐसे ही परंपरा के एक लिविंग यूनिवर्सिटी में, दिल्ली को बड़ा सोच समझ के कह रहा हूं, एक जीवंत अनुष्ठान लिविंग यूनिवर्सिटी आज हमारे सामने सफलता के साथ 100 साल पालन कर रहा है। मैं फिर आप सभी को बधाई देता हूं। दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय एक इंस्टीट्यूशन है। दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय कंग्लोमरेशन ऑफ 90 कॉलेज है, कुछ लाख विद्यार्थी पढ़ रहे हैं, जिसकी छाप देश के अनेक स्थान पे अभी विद्यमान है। क्या उतना ही दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय है? मेरे दृष्टि से दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय एक सेंटीमेंट है, एक इमोशन है, जो देश की पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी लोगों से आगे बढ़ रहा है। यही हमारी देश की विशेषता है। आज मैं इस अवसर पे इस विश्वविद्यालय की जर्नी में जितने अंडर ग्रेजुएट, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट, रिसर्च फेलो, पीएचडी डिग्री प्राप्त करने वाले व्यक्ति तथा अनेक ऐसे ही पात्र होंगे जिन्होंने इन डिग्रियों को तो प्राप्त नहीं किया, लेकिन जो कैंटीन में चाय देते होंगे, जो छोले भटूरे यहां देते होंगे, जो चाउमीन आपको खिलाए होंगे, कभी कभी कल्पना नहीं किया होंगे कि मैं इस विश्वविद्यालय में मेरे पीढ़ी का भी कोई आएगा, लेकिन उनकी प्रति भी मैं आज मेरे श्रद्धा, मेरे नमन समर्पित करता हूं। उन्हीं की भी योगदान रहा है इस प्रवास के लिए। मित्रों, देखिए, सुखद संजोग है, हम विश्वविद्यालय की शतवार्षिक शुरू कर रहे हैं और इस साल भर हम देश में मैं शिक्षा विभाग की हिस्सा के हिसाब से, एक भागीदारी के हिसाब से आपको कह रहा हूं, दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय सिर्फ अपना ही इंस्टीट्यूशन की सेलिब्रेशन नहीं करेगा। निश्चित रूप में जो एक भगवान ने, ईश्वर ने बीच बीच में मौका देता है, किसी किसी समय को हम स्वर्णिम समय कहते हैं, स्वर्णिम काल इसीलिए कहते हैं, संयोग देखिए, हम सेंटेनरी मनाएंगे, देश अमृत काल में ही सेंटेनरी मनाएगा और आगे 25 साल की जो प्लानिंग जिसके बारे में वाइस चांसलर महोदय ने सबके सामने चुनौती के नाते रखा, वे जब 25 साल पूरा होगा, देश की आजादी का 100 साल हो रहा होगा और विश्वविद्यालय की 125 साल हो रहा होगा, तब क्या होगा? तब विश्वविद्यालय की कंट्रीब्यूशन क्या कुछ और लाख विद्यार्थियों को पढ़ाते रहेगा। इस बार बजट में प्रधानमंत्री जी ने प्रोविजन किया है डिजिटल यूनिवर्सिटी करने के लिए। आज भी हमारी शिक्षा व्यवस्था के अंतर्गत इग्नू दुनिया की सबसे बड़ा यूनिवर्सिटी है और आने वाले दिनों में जो कल्पना हम लोग कर रहे हैं हब एंड स्पोक मॉडल पे, जो दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी जिसकी एक प्रमुख भूमिका निभाएगी, उसमें दुनिया की डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमी की, इमर्जिंग इकोनॉमी की, विशेष करके 300 से 400 करोड़ नागरिकों की, जो नागरिक आज भारत की ओर देख रहे हैं, मैं स्पष्ट देख पा रहा हूं, जब हम 125 साल पूरा कर रहे होंगे, जब आजादी का शतवार्षिक हम मना रहे होंगे, दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय विश्व की समाधान की शोध संस्थान बन के उभरेगा। मैं उसमें कोई संदेह मेरे मन में नहीं है। इसी की नाम है ग्लोबल सिटीजनशिप। इस बार कोरोना के समय में हमने उसकी झलक दिखाई है, भारत ने उस बारे में अपना भूमिका निभाई भी है। अब कल्पना करिए, इस देश में पोलियो हो या टीबी हो, उसकी वैक्सीनेशन के बारे में डिकाड्स पार हो जाता था। 20 साल, 30 साल, 40 साल से वैक्सीनेशन प्रोग्राम चल रहा था। अभी 2 साल में हमने 180 करोड़ डोजेस वैक्सीन की देश में लगा चुके हैं। यही नया भारत है। इस विश्वविद्यालय में अनेक नेतृत्व, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय नेतृत्व, आदरणीय वेद प्रकाश जी हम सभी के अंदर आज यहाँ है। इस विश्वविद्यालय से उठ के आज विश्व के पटल पे प्राध्यापना के काम कर रहे हैं। अनेक लोगों को प्रेरित किए, अनेक डिप्लोमेटिक चीजों की। हमारी आजादी का तो इतिहास इसी इंस्टीट्यूशन से जुड़ा है। भगत सिंह जी यहीं रात बिताए हैं, उनको जेल में ही रखा गया था। महात्मा गांधी जी सेंट स्टीफेन में रात बिताए हैं। यह तो आजादी की लड़ाई का साक्षी भी इस इंस्टीट्यूशन ने रहा है। अनेक इस प्रकार की विश्व की घटना इस विश्वविद्यालय से जुड़े हैं। आज भारत बदल रहा है। विश्वविद्यालय की दायित्व हम पढ़ते क्यों है? रोजगार के लिए, नौकरी के लिए, पेशा के लिए। आज मित्रों टाइम आई है, समय आई है, हमें जॉब सीकर नहीं, जॉब क्रिएटर बनाना है, वेल्थ क्रिएटर बनाना है। आज ये विश्वविद्यालय की दायित्व है। अपने 125 साल की प्रवास में आप इसका बारे में ध्यान दोगे, मेरा पूरा विश्वास है। राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति लागू होना शुरू हो गया है। मैं बधाई देता हूं डीयू को, आपने सारे आयामों में काम शुरू कर दिया है। 4 इयर्स डिग्री कोर्स हो, ऑप्शनल, मैं अगर 4 ईयर डिग्री कोर्स कहूं, पत्रकार मित्र हैं कल से छपाना शुरू कर देंगे। फिर कुछ मित्रों की टिप्पणी आएगी। मैं बधाई देता हूं दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय की विजनरी लीडरशिप को, उन्होंने ऑप्शनल रखा है। जिनको 3 साल पढ़ना है वो पढ़े, जिनको 4 साल अडॉप्ट करके ग्लोबल कंपटीशन में जाना है वहां जाए। विद्यार्थियों को यह ऑप्शन विद्यार्थियों के हाथ में, आपने उसको लागू कर दिया है। मल्टीपल एंट्री मल्टीपल एग्जिट, विद्यार्थियों का भी पढ़ाई का बैंक अकाउंट होगा, एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट। ये दुनिया की एक इनोवेटिव इंस्ट्रूमेंट भारत लागू करने वाला है और दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी उसकी पायोनियर इंस्टीट्यूशन होगा। मैं आपको बधाई देता हूं। आपने CUET को लागू करके एक नया पैमाना खड़ा किया है और हमारी सपना है आने वाले दिनों की सारे प्रकार की JEE, नीट, CUET जैसे एग्जामिनेशन को कैसे यूनिफॉर्म प्लेटफॉर्म पे लेके आए, जिसमें विद्यार्थी लाभार्थी होगा। विद्यार्थियों के ऊपर परीक्षा विद्यार्थियों को डराता है, उस परीक्षा की डर को मुक्ति करने के लिए दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में भी इनोवेटिव तरीका शुरू कर दिया है। मैं आपको बधाई देता हूं। मैं और एक कारण के लिए आज दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी को बधाई देता हूं। इस बार NEP ने भाषा को महत्व दिया है। जब तक एक व्यक्ति, एक बच्चा जिस भाषा में वो बचपन से सुनता है फिर बोलना शुरू करता है, अगर इस भाषा में अगर लिखना पढ़ना के काम करेगा तब उसकी अंदर जो क्रिएटिविटी है। अभी एक छोटी सी बच्ची को हमने हमारी दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय की कॉइन की डिजाइन करते हुए गार्गी कॉलेज की एक छोटी सी बच्ची को हमने माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति के हाथ में सम्मानित किया। सभी के पास क्रिएटिविटी है, वो क्रिएटिविटी क्यों नहीं आ पाता है? उसको परीक्षा की डर है, उसको भाषा की डर है। मैं अगर ठीक से इंग्लिश में ना कह पाऊं या ना कह पाऊंगी तो शायद मेरे दोस्त मेरे पे हंसेंगे, मेरे विद्या शिक्षक शायद मेरे से नाराज हो जाएंगे। चलो क्यों नाराज क्यों बोलना, चुप रह जाना। उसकी क्रिएटिविटी में ताला लग गया। मैं दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी को बधाई देता हूं। इस बार आपकी प्रोस्पेक्टस में आपने त्रिभाषी निकाला है, हिंदी, इंग्लिश और तेलुगु निकाला है। आपने उपराष्ट्रपति जी आपकी चांसलर है, उन्हीं की संतोष के लिए आपने तेलुगु निकाला, आपको बधाई। लेकिन मैं अपेक्षा रखूंगा इस बार दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी वेबसाइट पे भारत की सभी व्यवहारिक 13 भाषा में आपकी प्रोस्पेक्टस को रखोगे। यही है NEP की रिकमेंडेशन। मैं इसलिए भी आपको बधाई देता हूं। मित्रों, दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी आने वाले दिनों में एक संकल्प कर सकता है कि जब हम 25 साल की जर्नी की संकल्प कर रहे हैं, क्या हम आने वाले 3-4 साल में विश्व की नागरिक क्लाइमेट चेंज के ऊपर चिंतित हो रहे हैं? क्या हम आने वाले दिनों में पेपरलेस यूनिवर्सिटी की कल्पना कर पाएंगे? क्या हम आने वाले दिनों में 100 दिनों के अंदर क्या कोई हैकाथॉन करके, कोई सजेशन के माध्यम से, कोई कंपटीशन के माध्यम से दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी की जितने स्टेक होल्डर है, पुराना विद्यार्थी, आज की विद्यार्थी, पुराना शिक्षक, आज के शिक्षक, सब मिलके देश की समाधान की समस्या की चुनौती की 100 आंसर, 100 दिनों में 100 समाधान की आंसर भी क्या हम एक चार्टर प्रस्तुत कर सकते हैं? दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी को समझने की, सोचने की आवश्यकता है। क्या दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी देश की समस्याओं की इंक्यूबेटर बन सकता है? दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं बनेगा तो कौन इसकी जिम्मेवारी लेगा? क्या हम एक एल्यूमिनियम पोर्टल बना सकते हैं? बहुत सारे ताकतवर, बहुत सारे संपन्न, बहुत सारे प्रभावी लोगों को मैं सामने देख पा रहा हूं। आपके मन में अभिमान है, मैं DU का विद्यार्थी हूं। DU आपको सब दिया है, सब कुछ दिया है, आपकी जिंदगी में सफलता दिया है, संभावना दिया है। ग्लोबल स्पीयर तक पहुंचने के लिए आपकी यही लंचिंग पैड रहा है। अभी टाइम आया है DU को लौटाने के लिए। ऐसा नहीं कि आपने नहीं लौटाया होगा, लेकिन मैं योगेश जी को अनुरोध करूंगा, अभी मेरे को दिखा रहे थे कुछ बिल्डिंग बनेगा, भारत सरकार जिम्मेवारी लेगी, अच्छे से जिम्मेवारी लेगी। लेकिन मैं एक चैलेंज देने आया हूं, क्या DU की एल्यूमिनी मिलकर देश के लिए एक मॉडल बना पाएंगे? एल्यूमिनी कंट्रीब्यूशन में सोचने की आवश्यकता है। मैं अपेक्षा रखता हूं दिल्ली की ये मित्र ये सारा विषय में विशेष करके पुराने विद्यार्थी इसके बारे में सोचेंगे। मित्रों, मैं एक अंतिम निवेदन करने के लिए आया हूं। इन दिनों में देश की नया कैरिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क बनना शुरू हो गया है। उसमें आपकी परामर्श चाहिए, आपकी एडवाइस चाहिए, आपकी गाइडेंस चाहिए। अक्सर कैरिकुलम एक विवाद के विषय बनता है, किस कालखंड को कम दिखाया, किस कालखंड को ज्यादा दिखाया, इसको क्यों छोड़ा, इसको क्यों नहीं छोड़ा, क्यों नहीं जोड़ा, ये चलते रहता है। लेकिन मित्रों, इस बार राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति ने 2 विषय की एक फंडामेंटल्स तय किया है। भारत की शिक्षा रूटेड होगा, भारत की शिक्षा ग्राउंडेड होगा, भारत की शिक्षा जड़ से जुड़ी रहेगी। वैसे ही भारत की शिक्षा आधुनिक होगा, जिसमें वैश्विक नागरिक भी बनाएगा। इसलिए कैरिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क की मैंडेट डॉक्यूमेंट अभी हमने प्रकाशित किया है। मैं डीयू की एकेडमिक ग्रुप को मैं आह्वान करता हूं, आपके मन में जो सुझाव आ रहा है, आप हमारी कस्तूरी रंगन जी के नेतृत्व में जो स्टीयरिंग कमेटी बनी है, आप उसको मदद करिए। दूसरा, मित्रों, देश की अंदर पढ़ाई में हम लोग डिग्री तो देते हैं, एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी कहीं ना कहीं छूटती है। स्किल, वोकेशनल, ये थोड़ा हमारी गरीब घर के बच्चे जैसे हो गए हैं। आज हमारी घर में हाथ में जो मोबाइल फोन है, उस मोबाइल फोन में जितना फीचर है सभी को हम समझ नहीं पाते हैं। इसलिए स्किल हमारी जिंदगी में एक अनन्य अंग हो गया है। स्किल के बारे में डीयू थोड़ा आगे दायित्व ले। यही सब निवेदन करने के साथ एक 2047 तक, 2050 तक, जिसकी आधार में हम 21वीं सदी को एक नॉलेज बेस्ड इकोनॉमी की कल्पना करते हैं। विश्व की गरीब लोगों की, विश्व की वंचित लोगों की, विश्व की सामान्य लोगों की जिंदगी में एक भारतीय मॉडल ऑफ लाइफस्टाइल बनाने की कल्पना हम करते हैं, जो भारत की जिम्मेवारी हम मानते हैं। जिसको हमने कभी कहा था, हम विश्व को परिवार मानने वाले लोग हैं, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम में विश्वास रखने वाले लोगों की कल्पना। डीयू अपने शताब्दी समारोह के अंदर विश्व को अपना नॉलेज कंट्रीब्यूशन करेगी। इसी शब्द के साथ अनेक अनेक शुभेच्छा के साथ आपको मैं धन्यवाद देता हूं इस कार्यक्रम के लिए। नमस्कार।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मंत्री जी आपके संबोधन के लिए। अब मैं हमारे मुख्य अतिथि माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति श्री वेंकैया नायडू जी से अनुरोध करूंगा कि वे इस गरिमामय अवसर पर हम सबको संबोधित करें।
केंद्रीय शिक्षा तथा कौशल विकास एवं उद्यमिता मंत्री श्री धर्मेंद्र प्रधान जी, दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के सम्मानित कुलपति प्रोफेसर योगेश सिंह जी, दक्षिण दिल्ली परिषद के निर्देशक प्रोफेसर प्रकाश जी, डीन ऑफ कॉलेजेस प्रोफेसर बलराम वाणी जी, दिल्ली के मुख्य पोस्ट मास्टर जनरल सुश्री मंजू कुमार जी, विश्वविद्यालय के रजिस्ट्रार डॉक्टर विकास गुप्ता जी, शताब्दी समारोह के संयोजक प्रोफेसर नीला अग्निहोत्रा जी, दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के प्रोफेसर रजनी जी, दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के आदरणीय आचार्यगण, गणमान्य अतिथिगण, दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के युवा विद्यार्थी मित्रों, मैं आप सबको इस अवसर पर शुभकामना देता हूँ और बच्चों के तरह आशीर्वाद भी देता हूँ। It's a very prestigious occasion and a happy occasion also for me as the Chancellor of this prestigious university, that I have been able to come here, meet you, greet you, talk to you, share with you some of my ideas. आज दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के लिए ऐतिहासिक दिन है। इस विश्वविद्यालय में प्रगति और प्रसिद्धि के Undergraduate, for making this as one of the prestigious institutions of the country. Over the 100 years, hundreds of illustrious vice chancellors, deans, registrars, professors, and non-teaching staff have established a high standard of academic excellence and administrative efficiency. From its modest beginnings, as I said, from May 1st, 1922, with the meager strength of 750 students, you have seen and you have heard the growth of this university, growing in strength and stature over the 100 years. In umbrella academic institution, the university continued to usher commendably to the highest standards of imparting collegiate education, research, innovation, and social outreach. I would also like to compliment the administration, the students, the academic community for one more specialty, that your university is not in news. It's a good news. If you are not in news, that means you are paying attention to academic association. Peace is the prerequisite for progress. If there is tension, you cannot pay attention and have the retention of the progress. It is a prerequisite for any nation, for any institution to have peace. And the very purpose of the university is pursuing academic knowledge. Education is not for mere employment. It is for enlightenment. It is for enhancement of knowledge. That will be the focus of the university. So it's a happy coincidence that the Centenary event coincides with the 75 years of independence India. In fact, Indian University had an important role in the country's independence movement. And many distinguished alumni who have graduated from this university have occupied very important positions in various fields and have contributed to the development of our country after independence. The names of legendary teachers and brightest minds who learned from them are too numerous for me to recount. The university stature has reached the current impressive level largely because of these dedicated teachers and brilliant students. I am truly honored today to preside over such an illustrious university as the Chancellor, and my respects to all the past leaders who steered this university so well and compliment those who are continuing this grand tradition of teaching, learning, and research. Research is meant for making people's life comfortable. That is the ultimate aim of research. As you all know, India has a glorious past in knowledge. Generation and its dissemination to the world. Ancient India enjoyed the reputation of being a Vishwaguru. Students from across the globe used to come and study here. Reputed centers of knowledge among the earliest known to humanity, like the universities of Nalanda, Takshashila, Vikramshila, Vallavi, and Pradhanapuri, bear ample testimony to this fact. Moreover, India is home to some of the most ancient knowledge systems the world has known in the form of Vedas and Upanishads, Puranas, and Itihas, among others. We must once again ensure that our universities become global learning centers. We can achieve this through tireless striving, stretching its arm towards perfection. This was said by Rabindranath Tagore. Universities must become places of innovative inquiry and knowledge, creation and knowledge exchange. They must ensure to adopt today's phrases again that report the clear stream of reason has not lost its way to the dreary, deserted stand of dead excellence in innovation. This is the objective. This should be our agenda for the future. One thing I would like to tell you is competition not only in the university, all the universities across the country. One thing we should all remember. We should aim to become knowledge centers and place in the first 10 academic institutions of the world. That should be our goal. But we have so much knowledge. This land, this sand, this water, this air, this atmosphere is something special. Everybody has got some talent. You have to recognize that talent and promote that talent. This is what we expect. Our boys and girls who are going abroad, they are excelling everywhere, occupying important positions. I don't want to. Then why we are lagging in becoming the center of excellence, to find a place in the top 10, top 100? This is a question.
Every vice chancellor, every teacher, every administration should really think every day.
Really reach that goal. That should be our objective, and I hope in the coming days, universities in India, and particularly Delhi University, one of the most prestigious and old institutions, will lead them and reach that stage so that we can excel. India is being recognized now once again, respected everywhere. Whatever our Prime Minister says is heard with rapt attention. And India is respected for its culture and civilizational values. We want to become world leader, not to capture power and do something. We don't believe in career rules. We don't believe in expatriatism. Sarve jana sukhina bhavanto vasudhaiva kutumbakam. Share and care in the core of Indian philosophy. We want the world, the people to live in peace. We want happiness to be spread across the globe. Poverty, illiteracy, discrimination of any kind. These are the challenges we have. We must all strive hard to see that these challenges are met. And universities should lead that and give good ideas to the administration. While it is the duty of the parliament and the politicians to take care of the administration and bring good laws, at the same time good ideas, innovative ideas. Those ideas must come from universities and they should be taken seriously by the administration. This is a seamless, creative journey. Each milestone we achieve reminds us of the many more milestones that we need to travel. We have still go a long way. The still is done, we keep the transformation going. As the ancient Vedic saying goes, Charai Vedi, or keep moving, keep moving. So this is what is being given to us. What we should avoid is stagnation. Being satisfied with what has been achieved, we should constantly reflect on the changing world and reshape and regenerate our institutions. The world is changing faster. Globalization is a reality. Climate change also is a reality. So these challenges, as I told you, poverty, illiteracy, urban-rural divide, discrimination on gender, in certain areas social discrimination. These are the challenges we have. For that, the lead should come from the institutions of knowledge, universities. I'm happy we have the education minister here. The blueprint that is placed before the nation in the National Education Policy is a far-sighted document that is set to revolutionize the educational landscape of the country by making teaching and learning holistic in true sense. with the NEP's emphasis on interdisciplinary learning, research, and knowledge generation, multilingual education is also important policy initiatives. The educational scene all over the country is in for a major transformation. In particular, right, emphasizes the role of importing education in one's mother tongue. I am very keen about it. Students, if they learn early their basic education in mother tongue, they will be able to grasp it. If it is taught in another tongue, other language, foreign language, it will first they have to learn the language and then learn the subject. So, basic education, I am very clear, up to the high school must be in the mother tongue. Wherever I go, I stress upon this. Everyone should remember mother who has given this beautiful birth to you. Remember the mother. And remember the Janma Bhumi, the place from where you are born. And also respect the motherland, the country to which you belong to. And also remember, promote, progress, propagate the mother tongue that has come from mother's womb. Mother tongue is like your eyesight. The other language, foreign language, is like your spectacles. If you have eyesight, the spectacles will work. If you don't have eyesight, even if you wear revolving glasses, you can't see the diagram. This has to be clearly understood. Some people are misinterpreting, and one of the newspaper wrote in editorial also. The vice president is suggesting about mother tongue, and also, I am not opposing English. I am saying first learn mother tongue. And then learn as many languages possible. Why English? English, French, Japanese, Persian, Chinese, Urdu, as many languages as possible. First learn proficiency in your mother tongue and have original ideas. This is very much important. I also would like to say on this occasion, I met with the Prime Minister yesterday, and also the Chief Justice of India. They also said the same thing, that in the administration of the schools, local language must be promoted. Why? Sport alone, everywhere, in education, in administration, in issuing orders, getting notification, and arguments in the court. Everything should be basically first in their state mother tongue, and then you can have other languages. We have now started experimenting this in our parliament. 22 languages you can speak in any language you like in parliament. Your constituency, your people, they will be hearing you what you say. And there is simultaneous translation. With the new technology now, new innovations, you can have simultaneous translation. So that being the case, I personally feel basic education, local administration, and also proceedings in the lower courts and parliament all should be carried basically in their mother tongue. This is my advice. It may not be charitable to some people. I don't mind. But I stress on it. As the Vice President of India, with some experience. And some people say, sir, if you don't learn English, you will learn in your hand. I said, who asked you not to learn English? They say, sir, one boy told me, sir, idea is good, but you cannot go out. ऊपर नहीं जा पाएगा। मैंने समझ लिया, फिर मजाक को कहा ऊपर जाने में भाषा का कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। मैंने भगवान से बात किया, उन्होंने कहा ऐसा कोई पाबंदी नहीं। भाषा इसी भाषा में बोले आपका एक्सपायरी ड्यू डेट हो गया तो आप ऑटोमेटिकली यहाँ आ सकते हैं, कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं। तो boy was little and smart, he said, I understand what you are saying, but no, मजाक में कहा है। Position. I said, what? I said, I'll give you live examples. President of India, present. He studied in mother tongue. Vice President of India, I come from a village, I studied in a rural school. in Telugu medium, my own mother tongue, identity. Why not only that, all the questions, whatever you mentioned, I could read them. Though I have no family background or political this thing, I don't belong to any dynasty. But still, third, the Chief Justice of India, he also said the other day, he studied in his mother tongue basic education, would become Chief Justice of India. And then finally, the dynamic Prime Minister, we have not seen the convent, he studied in his mother tongue. Now has become one of the prominent leaders of the world, not only India, he is being respected everywhere. One has to understand, it is the hard work, it is the commitment, it is the character, caliber, capacity and conduct that is very important for every person. That, if you make effort, that's why I tell the students, aim high, dream high, work hard, you will be able to reach higher positions. This is what Abdul Kalam also said. Even Kalam said basic education he had in his mother tongue. He became one of the popular presidents of India, late Abdul Kalam. So my dear youngsters, focus on your basic education in mother tongue. Try to learn mother tongue. And speak in mother tongue at home. Even though I am not, then the problem also lies not with the students but the parents also. माँ बाप कहते बच्चों को बच्चे डैडी कहो मम्मी कहो why this daddy mummy daddy business why not you say amma ma you say amma अंतराल से आता है you say mummy simple and I always try to communicate to the people in their own way to make this simple give simple examples so that they understand it. It gets registered in their mind. This is one advice of mine. And secondly, follow our culture. Our education system must also focus more on our culture. Culture is different from religion. Religion is a way of life. Whatever religion you want to practice. And every religion must be respected, protected. What is important is culture. Culture is a way of life. Culture is a way of life, respecting elders, respecting mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, respecting elders, respecting teachers, gurus, respecting nature. Nature. We are praying to the nature, nature is praying with us. We are seeing the effects of nature. Nature, that's why I say, three lines simple. Nature, culture, together for bright future. Nature, culture, together for bright future. We should all respect the nature. And the way climate change is happening, how you see the dizzy weather? Why dizzy? Most of the places across the country, they are not able to come out of the house. They are able to fight. And added to that pollution. All this because we started ignoring nature and playing nature. And I'll give you a living example of COVID. People in the rural area are less affected because they are living with nature to the maximum possible extent. And they also work hard. Urban areas are more affected because they live in this. They are not able to live with the sun. Sun is not own sun, because of the sun, bright sun. When I was in London, the driver told me, he said, sir, good morning. He said, sir, today is a sunny day. I said, is it your son's birthday? He said, no, sir, sunny day. I told him, sir, we have 365 days of sunny days. We have one. But we are not taking that advantage. We are not taking that advantage. Nature. The water also no bigger escape because we have successfully diverted, obstructed, did so many things. The water also is very major problem. Cutting the trees. And now we are planting again, afforestation.
The students of the younger generation across the country. We are fortunate 65% of Indian population below 35 years. 50% of our population below 25 years. Youngsters. They have the energy, they have the dynamism. If you harness it properly, country will excel, will progress very well. For that, youngsters, I would like to use two small advices. One, be active. Do some physical activity. Walking, running, jogging, yoga, Surya Namaskar, whatever you want to do it, no problem. And yoga has no religion. Some people try to attribute it. Yoga for physical fitness. It gives you mental alertness also. Some physical activity has to be there. And I am now 72, going to 73. I play badminton every day morning, 1 hour. For my fitness. I am not saying I am doing it for the sake of the country. For my own fitness. That's why I am able to go around the country, meet as many people as possible at this age also. And secondly, should not become lazy. If you are lazy, then you will become crazy. That has to be understood. It has to be active. And at times proactive also. And then follow good food habits. Eat proteinous food. Don't worry, I am not going to give you any food chart or code. Eat whatever you want to eat, but eat Indian food, eat cooked food, time tested, made according to reason and season, Indian food. What season, what food you should eat. For thousands of years, our forefathers, they have lived and they have recommended this food. So why do you be running after foreign food? I said it in this university earlier also, I am saying it again, for the ordinary students to understand. These companies also branding, the names also, Western food, they are trying to influence the minds of people, pizza, burger, they may be suitable to those countries, I have no problem. But for our weather, for our conditions, we need to have Indian food. And we are fortunate to have thousands years, if I start counting Indian cuisine, it will take at least 1 week to complete the list of Indian cuisine. So many varieties. Excellent. So eat good food. Don't run after this. Because the names they give you names. Chicken Manchuria. And you have Himalaya here. Why do you run after Bulgaria, Manchuria, Somalia, names and all? We have excellent non-vegetarian food and then vegetarian food also. Then we eat also. They name it chicken 65. For example, your age is not even 25 and you want to eat 65 and then become 65 at the earliest. बच्चों के थोड़ा lighter way में मैं कह रहा हूँ. We must promote Indian food in whatever manner it is. Those foods, they will be good for their seasons and for their reasons and for their weather. But for us, and then encourage Indian traditions, the dance, the music, the art, the painting. There are a variety of 64 arts in various forms. We should encourage. Education system should also encourage. During my childhood, it used to be part of our education. Craft, gardening, NCC, farming, and all those things used to be voluntary. At the same time, the system also used to stress on that. Now, the dilution has come. Now we must go back. We must go back to our roots, the values, the knowledge, the truth, and also the quest for peace was part of our culture, civilization. We should see to it that we all follow the same. My dear youngsters, there is no shortcut to learning. For that, you have to work hard. Some of you might be interested to go abroad also. I have no problem. If you want to go abroad, everything is available in India, but still you want to go abroad, go. Learn, get, and return. Return to motherland. Do something to motherland. And it is our duty to take care of our motherland. Whatever we have achieved, we must share. Share and care, as I told you, is part of our ancient culture. So let us focus more on academic upgradation. Let us focus more on research. Then let us submit as many papers as possible and also acquire as many patents as possible and also try to excel so that the country will be benefited and you will also be benefited. The education plays a key role in human development, nation building, creating a prosperous and sustainable global future. Education, government has opened it up to private sector also, good. Lot of private institutions have come, fine. They are also doing a good job, fine. But education, like politics in the earlier days, politics, health, education, they are all treated as mission. And there should not be any aspiration for a commission, or should not do any omission, or give any remission. One must have passion for the sake of the nation. For that, you must make it as a mission. Then you will be able to move forward. This is my advice. My Prime Minister has given a 3-line advice. He said reform, perform, and transform. Transformation of the nation. Transformation of the nation. Making the people's life comfortable, making the people's life happy. That should be the goal of our ultimate research and education. We must come out with such new ideas and further maintain standards. On the occasion of this centenary of the prestigious Delhi University, I once again extend my compliments to all the people who are responsible for the growth and promotion of this university and education of this university. And I stress again, we must put that question to us, why we are not able to get place in that prestigious so-called institute. Is something wrong with the rating or something wrong with our performance? We must honestly introspect and then move forward. I wish you all the best. God bless you. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for those thought-provoking words of wisdom. Thank you. I would now request our Vice Chancellor, Professor Yogesh Singh, to felicitate our guests. I request our Vice Chancellor and the dignitaries on the dais to felicitate our chief guest with mementos, books, commemorative stamp, and commemorative coin. Our chief guest, Honorable Vice President of India, Shri M Venkaiah Naidu ji. Next, I request our Vice Chancellor to felicitate our guest of honor, Honorable Minister for Education, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji. I would request him to do the honors for our guest, Ms. Manju Kumar, Chief Postmaster General, Delhi Circle. अब मैं दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के कुल सचिव डॉक्टर विकास गुप्ता जी से धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव के लिए निवेदन करूंगा। डॉक्टर गुप्ता।
Thank you. Most respected Chief Guest of today's function, Honorable Vice President of India and Chancellor, University of Delhi, respected Guest of Honor, Honorable Minister of Education and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, esteemed Vice Chancellor, University of Delhi, distinguished Chief Postmaster General, dignitaries on the dais, distinguished invitees, colleagues, friends, and my dear students, Namaskar. We are thankful to the Almighty for giving us the opportunity and privilege to stand together and trace the indelible 100 years of our past. It is an honor and privilege to stand here before this august gathering on this historic occasion to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the University of Delhi and on my own behalf. I would like to convey profound regards to Honorable Vice President of India for the enlightening and thought-provoking inaugural address on this momentous occasion, which will be etched in our memories and recorded in the history of this university. Sir, your thoughtful words of wisdom will go a long way in shaping the future course of action of the university in the next century of its existence and inspire and motivate us to work even harder. My heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Minister of Education and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship for his kind words and encouragement for the university to further excel in the long run in a sustainable manner. Sir, we assure you that we will strive hard and fulfill the dreams of the students to offer the undergraduate curriculum framework 2022 in languages listed in the 8th schedule of the constitutions. I take this opportunity to thank our esteemed Vice Chancellor for instilling in us the freedom and confidence to choose, visualize, and be part of this proud confederation of mutual trust and respect, which would ink and identify the University of Delhi as a book of history and not isolated pages. We are thankful for his continuous guidance and support right from the stage of conceptualization of this program, this event in a relentless manner. My heartfelt obligation to Ms. Manju Kumar, Chief Postmaster General, Delhi Circle, and her team, Shri Ashok Padar, ADG, and Mr. Sunil Sharma, Director Philately, Department of Post, for facilitating the release of commemorative stamp. I thank Professor Balram Pani, Dean of Colleges, Professor Shri Prakash Singh, Directors, South Delhi Campus, and Professor Rajni Abhi Proctor for their continued support at every stage of the program with involvement in the minutest details. I convey my sincere appreciation to Professor Neera Agnimitra, Convener, Centenary Celebration Committee, for her significant contribution in every possible manner. Contribution of Professor K. Ratnabali, Dean Academics, Professor Amarjeeva Lochan, Shri Anup Ratharji as co-conveners of the Centenary Committee, Dr. Deepti Taneja as coordinator, and Shri Jay Chanda as member secretary of the Centenary Celebration Committee, and other distinguished members of the Centenary Committee, thematic committees, is sincerely acknowledged as they have played important role through their continued involvement. I acknowledge the contribution of Professor Alka Nagpal, faculty, members, and the students who have performed meritorious notes today. Professor Sanjeev Singh, Joint Director DUCC and his team, Shri Girish Ranjan, Finance Officer and his team, Shri Anupam Shrivastava, Chief Engineer, along with his staff, Professor Shudeshna Majumdar, Secretary Garden Committee and her team, Shri Sandeep Sharma, Assistant Registrar, along with the staff of General Branch, Captain Parminder Sehgal and her team of NCC NSS volunteers, and the proctorial team in making this event a memorable one. I also thank Professor D.S. Rawat, Dean Examinations, and his team by facilitating the students to complete their degree programs by giving them 2 special chances during Centenary year. We are going to make this link open today, sir. I also thank the team headed by Professor Ranjan Tripathi and Professor Niranjan for bringing out the undergraduate curriculum framework in Sanskrit, Hindi and Telugu language. I would also like to thank Dr. Bipin Tiwari, OSD Equal Opportunity Cell, and his team of sign language interpreter, Gargi and Jyotika, for their beautiful interpretation. Appreciation is also due to the security agencies of the government and staff involved in this overall security and sanitation services. I congratulate every stakeholder of the university right from its inception a century ago who have contributed towards the development of the university in one way or the other. Last but not the least, I thank our dear students, parents, media person and guests for all they have done to make us stand tall and proud. You have given us a great responsibility to stay close to you, to be worthy of you, and to exemplify what we are. The university's dream endures, and our strength is based on the nobility of your ideas, beliefs, and confidence that we will work and triumph together. I thank you all for joining us on this exciting journey. Jai Hind.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद Dr. Vikas Gupta. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we come to the end of this momentous centenary year celebrations of the University of Delhi. May I request all of you to kindly rise for the national anthem by the students of the Faculty of Music and Fine Arts. Thank you. I would request the audience to be please seated. Please be seated in your positions. Don't leave your places as our dignitaries leave. We have a huge gathering today, and in an orderly fashion, we would like you to exit. VIP persons sitting on the first 5 rows on sofas shall exit from the front gate near the dais. हाँ बंद कर रहा है, बंद कर रहा है, हाँ बंद कर रहा है.
announcement कर दीजिए उधर पीछे VIP lounge में.
Your kind attention, ladies and gentlemen, it's a huge gathering here today. We want you to leave this hall in an orderly fashion, and please join us for refreshments outside the hall. The first 5 rows, VIP persons sitting on the first 5 rows on sofas, please exit from the front gate near the dais. Media persons are requested to please join us at the backstage for refreshments. And rows in the end, we are starting the exit from there. People sitting in the very end are requested to move first, and people in the galleries can slowly, in an orderly manner, start moving towards the exit. Thank you so much.